I have the world's greatest budget travel hack, and I'm going to tell you today exactly how you can get free accommodation when you travel by being a house sitter. I'm going to tell you exactly where you can find house sits, and make sure that you stick around to the end of the video, because I'm not only going to tell you about how to find house sits, but I'm going to give you the exact pitch letter, the exact email that I send to get booked. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Stephanie Perry. I'm a year-round house sitter. I'm also the creator of House Sitter School, which is a masterclass that will help you book your very first house sit. It'll take you from no experience whatsoever to booked. Today's video will show you where to find house sitting gigs, how to get house sitting jobs, but make sure that you subscribe to my channel and make sure that you ring that notification bell, because coming up next, I have a video on who makes a good house sitter. How do you know if house sitting is right for you? Okay, so let's get started on where do you find house sits. I'm house sitting right now. I'm in Mexico, outside of a town called Ajijic. I'm out in the country. I'm house sitting and pet sitting. There are 4 dogs here and we're outside, and of course they're running around. They're very quiet, so we should be okay. But if you see somebody coming in and out of the frame, it's just my clients. All right, so to answer the question, how do you find good house sitting gigs? You have to know who uses house sitters. Typically, people who use house sitters are people who have transplanted to a new area, to a place where they don't have a lot of extended family or friends. Most of my house sitting clients have been retirees who have moved out of the country. For example, the people I'm house sitting for now moved from the US down to Mexico to live the good retirement lifestyle and enjoy the year-round springtime weather. But when they're ready to go back home to the United States, they need someone to come in, take care of their home, and take care of their pets. Keep in mind that not all house sits are pet sits, but generally, if a house sit is 2 months long or shorter, it probably is a pet sit. They probably want you there to take care of their pets. But there are long-term house sits where people are going to be gone traveling for 3 months, 6 months, even longer. And they may not have pets, but they just want someone to be in the house so it doesn't look like their house is totally abandoned. Okay, so like I said, retirees use house sitters. So do international teachers who teach at international schools, and any relocated employees in general, anyone who's relocated for work, including military personnel. So it stands to reason that you will find good house sitting jobs in communities that have large populations of these people. So in and around U.S. military installations, large retirement communities, and around large international schools. Someone who has connections with people in one or more of these communities can get house sitting jobs no problem. I came down here to this particular town in Mexico last year for a 1-month house sit. And the family that I house sat for referred me to their friends, and I ended up staying in Mexico for 6 months total, house sitting the entire time. I think I spent 2 weeks out of 6 months on my own, not house sitting, not booked. So once you get connected to one of these communities, the house sitting jobs can just start flowing. But how do you get in with them? The easiest method is to sign on with a house sitting service. Trusted House Sitters is my favorite. It's the house sitting service that I'm a member of. I've been house sitting through Trusted House Sitters for more than 3 years now. I've done 20 or 30 house sits directly through them, and countless other house sits where I've been referred to other people after house sitting for someone through Trusted House Sitters. Trusted House Sitters house sits are unpaid. You get free accommodation, but you do not get paid to house sit through Trusted House Sitters, and you cannot request payment from clients through them. There are other platforms where you can find house sitting opportunities. Facebook groups for the communities that I mentioned earlier, Facebook groups full of expats, Facebook groups for international teachers, Facebook groups for retirees also are a good place to find house sitting jobs, but it's usually difficult to get an in one of those groups without someone already being able to recommend you, without already having someone to say, I can vouch for this house sitter or this pet sitter. They'll take good care of your home. That is why it's best to just get started with a service. House Carers is another international house sitting service that I've heard of. I've never house sat through them. I haven't had any problems with Trusted House Sitters because they're international. So I haven't had any problem finding a house sit in any city that I want to go to. This time last year, I was here in Mexico, and then I left here in the wintertime. I went to San Francisco. I house sat in London, which is huge for house sitting. So if you have any interest in spending any time in London and not paying for a place to stay, Trusted House Sitters is the way to go. I've house sat in Amsterdam through Trusted House Sitters. So you can, so there are house sits everywhere. After you're successful house sit through a service, it's much easier to get your client to either rebook you offline or to refer you to their friends. When I book a house sit through Trusted House Sitters, I already have some information from the potential client. They upload pictures to the site so you can see what their home looks like, you can see what their pet, who their pet is, and I usually only apply for house sits from clients who have already had a house sitter on the site and who already have reviews, positive reviews on their profile. When you're booking through word of mouth, you have to be much more careful. And even when you're booking through Trusted House Sitters or through House Carers or through another online site, there are specific questions that you need to make sure are asked and answered before you agree to house sit for the client. We go through all of that in House Sitter School. I tell you specifically what you need to look out for, what potential red flags you can find in customers' reviews, and I tell you in House Sitter School how to interpret reviews on house sitting sites, because sometimes a new house sitter can be a little leery about leaving a negative or a neutral review for a client. They want to leave a positive review so that they get a positive review in return because they're new and the review is crucial for them for their continued success. But they'll sometimes leave little breadcrumbs, little hints in their review to let you know that I'm leaving something out and there's more that you need to know. Like I said, House Sitter School is a masterclass to help you book your very first house sit. Go to housesitterschool.com if you want to sign up for the next masterclass. And I told you that I was going to give you the exact template, the exact email that I send to potential clients when I'm applying for the house sits. The letter is a template and all you have to do is fill in this specific information from the listing that you have. Go to housesitterschool.com/template. That's housesitterschool.com/template, so you can get your email letter template and you can start applying for house sits. Get your very first house sit on house sitting services or through Facebook groups or through word of mouth. Don't forget that my next video is on how to know if house sitting is right for you, how to know if you'll make a good house sitter. So make sure that you're subscribed, and before you go, take a second to hit the like button on this video. And I'd really appreciate it if you'd share the video. Take a second, hit that share button, let other people know about how awesome it is to get free accommodation when you travel. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments or send me a message on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm at Vicarious. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. But what? Pasa, what do you want?